In many sports, the Final Four gets just as much excitement and has just as much anticipation as the championship game, and that's what we have here today. Live from the Washington Nationals Youth Baseball Academy in Southeast Washington, D.C., you are watching exclusive coverage of the 2015 DCSAA Baseball Championships here on the NFHS Network. Good afternoon, everybody. I am Shawn Parker, joined by my broadcast colleague, George Kalsa. George, we have an exciting docket of baseball here today. We've got two semifinal games. The four teams here vying for the right to meet in Sunday's championship game at Nationals Park. One spot in the DCSAA championship game is already settled. Tonight, Gonzaga and Murray get it on for spot number 2. Good evening, everybody. Shawn Parker along with George Kalsa welcoming you to the Washington Nationals Youth Baseball Academy in Southeast Washington, D.C. for Game 2 of the DCSAA Baseball Championship semifinals between the top-seeded Gonzaga Eagles and the 5th-seeded Murray Frogs. Washington Nationals Youth Baseball Academy, Southeast Washington, D.C. Shawn Parker, George Kalsa, bringing you semifinal Game 1, the 2nd-seeded Wilson Tigers and the 3rd-seeded St. Albans Bulldogs. Setting Wilson's defense at first base, Luke Wallace. At second base, Will Oakley. Shortstop, Giovanni Brito. Third base, Alex Conti. In the outfield, Will Gibson, Owen Isaacs, and Ari Edelson from left to right. The catcher is Cameron Holland, and your starting pitcher is Devin Rivera.
You know, maybe we want to comment about this field. It's a beautiful field, the Washington Nationals Youth Baseball Academy.
It is absolutely a gorgeous field. 307 down the left field line, 326 down the right field line. You got 326 in the short left field alley, 345 in the right field power alley, 367 in the left field power alley, and 369 to dead center.
You know, Shawn, last weekend I did the games for the Maryland State High School Baseball Championships at Ripken Field in Aberdeen. They were playing on a professional field, 404 to center field. So this field is one where a high school player can get the ball out if he hits it well.
Indeed. First delivery from Rivera, fouled off the left field side, strike one.
Devin Rivera, as you can see, right-handed pitcher. He's got a decent fastball in the low to mid-80s. Throws a changeup, breaking ball, a control pitcher.
One ball, no balls, one strike. That ball high and inside. 1-1. St. Albans, the lower seeded team, they are the visitors today. That ball high and tight for ball 2. Rivera is a hard thrower. Fly ball, left field and deep. Back to the wall, and it is gone.
Well, how's that for a good start?
First batter of the game, Hunley Polson, going deep and hitting one out for St. Albans, and they take the early 1-0 lead.
Well, I guess I was right. Those fences are reachable by high school.
Yes, they are.
Players, and Hunley Paulson took any doubt out of that equation.
Number 1, Chris Howe.
You know, I was watching. It looked like a routine fly ball that was playable.
It
but
did.
It kept going and gone.
I tell you, I wanted to crank up my home run call, and he just wouldn't let me do it. Chris Howe stepping in, the senior center fielder.
You know,
and that is a called strike.
Shawn, there's a slight wind blowing out directly to left field. We can see the flag in right field. Not much, but it didn't hurt.
The 0-1 high for ball 1. That ball missing for ball 2.
Didn't miss by much, and when the catcher drops it, that's a, often you'll see that, on a pitch like that, the umpire won't give you the strike.
Two balls, 2 strikes to Howe. The 2-2. Swung and missed, strike 3.
Breaking ball, low in the zone.
Now batting for the Bulldogs, number 6, Charles Perino.
Charles Perino, the pitcher, stepping in. The delivery to Perino high for ball 1. That ball low, 2-0. Perino, a shot to left center field. Gibson giving chase, and that one is gone.
Well, that looked like a home run right off the bat.
2 hits.
A line drive. Did it hit the scoreboard? Might have.
It may have.
Right above that 325-foot sign. And I'll tell you this, Charles Perino put a charge into that one.
2 hits, 2 home runs. St. Albans jumping on top quickly, 2-0.
Now batting for the Bulldogs,
Rivera just 10
12,
pitches in,
Isaac
and he's already
Goldman.
down 2 runs. Ball. Isaac Goldman. Senior heavy lineup here for St. Albans. So far, it's paid off. The 1-0 goes for a strike, 1-1. Washington Nationals Youth Baseball Academy. Semifinal, number 1. DCSAA High School Baseball Championships. That ball is fouled off the third base line.
That was a good breaking ball. Got to on the low inside part of the strike zone. Golden couldn't do anything with that one.
Strike 3.
Well, those 2 strike 3 pitches
now
have been
for the Bulldogs,
breaking balls,
13,
a little bit out of the zone. That with 2
Armah.
strikes, both batters had to go for. So the record is 4 batters, 2 strikeouts, 2 home runs.
Third baseman Dan Armah stepping in. That ball high for ball 1. That ball popped to shallow center.
That's staying in the park.
Isaacs gathers it, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. We have completed a half inning of play. We're going to step away. You're watching the DCSAA Baseball Championships here on the NFHS Network. We are back here at the Washington Nationals Baseball Academy. Shawn Parker, George Kalsa. We go to the bottom of the 1st inning. St. Albans with 2 home runs in the top of the 1st. Leadoff hitter Hundley Polson took one over the 326 sign to make it 1-0. Charles Perino followed up 2 batters later with a solo shot, and that is your current margin. St. Albans defense. At first, Vincent Cardos. Second baseman, Henry Berdar. At short, Hundley Polson. Third base, Daniel Armah. In left, Reynolds Zobek Garrett. In center, Chris Howe. In right, Finney Emery. The catcher is Isaac Goldman, and your pitcher is Charles Perino. So Perino, we know he's got a power stroke at the plate. Let's see what he has on the mound. And you got a little bit of insight on him and his pitching style from Coach Johnson a little earlier.
Yes, this fellow, Charles Perino, throws same kind of fastball, low to mid-80s. He likes his sinker pitch, and R.J. Johnson said if he's keeping the ball low, he's going to be effective.
Will Oakley leading off in the first pitch of the game, hitting him in the shoulder. Oakley takes first. So let's see if, again, only one pitch. Let's see if control is going to be an issue or whether that was just an aberration.
It might have been a pumped-up pitcher, just hit a screaming line drive out of the park,
and he is
overthrowing
jacked.
that first pitch.
Ari Edelson, the right fielder, stepping in for his first at-bat. Ball outside for ball one.
Be hard to blame the kid for being a little bit excited.
Absolutely. Ground ball, back to the pitcher. Into second.
Good,
and
yeah.
Oakley is out.
Good job by Perino. Got his glove on the ball. There was no chance for a double play. Did have time to get the runner at second.
Number 23,
Got him.
Devin Rivera.
So in steps the pitcher, Devin Rivera, trying to help his cause. That ball is low for ball one.
I'll tell you what he's trying to do is return the favor to Charles Perino.
Let's see if he can even up things with Perino. That ball low and inside for ball two.
But as you know, sometimes the worst approach is, going up there and trying to jack something. Just try and keep your normal swing.
Inside, 3-0. It looks like Perino is trying to work Rivera inside early. Doesn't want him to get those arms extended. The 3-0 to Rivera. And he walks on 4 straight.
Now batting for the Tigers, number 24.
St. Albans started out strong with 2 homers in the
Wallace.
top of the first. And Wilson now has put 2 of their first 3 batters on base.
So Luke Wallace, the first baseman, with his first at-bat of the day. Outside corner, strike one. Perino delivers outside, ball two. He's trying to work that half of the plate. Inside on lefties, outside on righties, and he is missing so far.
Low with that
3-0.
one. Yep.
Two balls, one strike. That ball fouled back 2-2.
Well, Perino doesn't want to go 3-2 at this point after hitting a batter and walking somebody in the first inning. So Wallace probably going to get a strike.
Outside corner. That looked like a curveball or a changeup on the outside corner for strike 3. And Wallace goes down looking.
Now batting for the Tigers, number 14, Giovanni Brito.
He didn't like the call, Wallace, but it was close. Close enough.
Giovanni Brito, the freshman shortstop, stepping in. He sends a ground ball up the middle, base hit. Rounding third and scoring. Ari Edelson with the first run of the game for Wilson. It's 2-1.
If that's the only run Wilson gets back,
Now batting for the Tigers, number
still
13,
it's a confidence booster
Will
for them. You hate to
Gibson.
fall behind 2-0 in the first inning. Nice piece of hitting by Giovanni Brito. Didn't try and do too much with it. This is an all AstroTurf or an all turf field, and the ball does move on the ground. Oh,
Strike one, and the bat goes flying. Will Gibson Maybe he needs a little of that George Brett Pine Tar special, huh?
Well, I think what Will Gibson was doing is trying to hit the umpire with the bat. He did not succeed. And I don't think it would be wise for him to try that again.
I don't think so.
You know, one time you get away with it. There he goes. He's wiping that. He's putting on batting gloves.
I think that's a smart move for him.
It's hot, by the way.
It is a humid day here, probably in the I would say mid-80s with the typical late spring going into early summer DC humidity.
Yeah.
No balls, 1 strike to Gibson. The 0-1 outside, ball 1.
It's a breaking ball.
Ground ball to short. Polson over to second. And that is the inning. So Wilson pushes 1 across. We have completed
After
1 inning.
complete inning,
It is 2-1 St. Albans. We're going to step away. You are watching the DCSAA Baseball Championships here on the NFHS Network.